Hi, I'm Liz. Welcome to Body of Wisdom Yoga. I'm so happy to be here with all of you today. Today we're going to practice a class that I like to call Essential Yoga Stretch. It's basically a yoga-based stretch class. We work our way through some slow dynamic movement. We do some sort of short-term static stretching, maybe 2 or 3 breaths. We use blankets, blocks, bolsters, really whatever you like to practice with. I want you to listen to your body. And really, I'm just hoping you get whatever it is that you're looking for out of this practice that we share together. Thank you. Let's come to a comfortable seat. Feel free to sit up on a blanket or a block or a bolster or directly on the mat. Maybe your legs are crossed. Maybe you like to extend them out in front of you. You could bring your palms to your thighs, or you could bring your hands to your heart. And then feel free to close your eyes, or maybe just find a soft gaze out in front of you. And give yourself a moment to just bring yourself to a place of quiet and a place of calm. Start to bring your awareness internally. Let your mind follow the rhythm of your breath. Notice the pattern of your inhales and your exhales. And then see if you can start to slow that rhythm down a bit. Maybe take your inhales for a little bit longer. Release your exhales a little bit more slowly. On your inhales, try to fill your entire torso up with air. Let your lungs and your belly expand. On your exhales, try to fully release your breath. Let your torso deflate. Continue with those deep inhales and exhales. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, feel free to set it now. Bring your palms to your thighs if they're not there already. And then slowly let your chin drop towards your chest. Let your head hang heavy. Slowly start to roll your head to the right, around to the back, to the left, and then bring your chin down to your chest. Let your head hang. Let's reverse the rotation. So we'll send our head to the left, around to the back, to the right, and then chin to your chest. If your eyes are closed, feel free to keep them closed as you bring your head to center, top of your head reaching to the ceiling. Let's take an inhale and pull our shoulders up to our ears. As you exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Again, inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, roll back and down. And one more time, inhale, shoulders up. And exhale, roll back and down. Let's sweep our arms out and up. Look up at your hands as you bring your palms to touch. Really lengthen out your spine. And then bring your right hand to the ground. Left arm reaches up and over. Press into that left hip as you reach. Look up at the hand. And then send that left arm out and around behind your low back. You're going to spin your shoulder and your heart to the ceiling. Take a look up there. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Let's reach that left arm out and up. We're going to bring it overhead again. And then roll the top shoulder forward. Start to walk your hands to center round your spine. Just let your head and hands release towards the mat. Maybe let your torso just sort of sway from side to side. And then bring yourself back to center. We'll roll ourselves up to a straight spine, and then we're going to sweep our arms out and up, palms touch. Lengthen the spine. Go ahead and bring your left hand to the ground. Right arm reaches up and over. Press into that right hip as you reach. Send your right arm out and around behind the low back. Let's spin the shoulder and the heart open to the ceiling. We'll take a deep breath and let it out. Sweep that right arm out and up and overhead. Nice long stretch. We're going to roll the top shoulder forward. We'll walk our hands to center again. This time, see if you can reach your arms out long in front of you. Really lengthen out your spine. Send your forehead towards the mat. Let's take a deep breath in and let it out. One more deep breath and let it go. Start to walk your hands back as you roll up again to a straight spine. Let's sweep the arms out and up. We'll bring the palms to touch. Look at the hands. Go ahead and bring your left hand to your right thigh. We're going to spin our shoulders to the right. Let's reach that right arm out behind us. Maybe you keep it here. Maybe bring the fingertips all the way down to the mat. Look over that right shoulder. Let's take a deep breath and let it out. Breathe in and out. Start to reach both arms up as you spin back to center. Lengthen the spine. Let's bring our right hand to our left thigh. We're going to spin the shoulders to the left. We'll reach that left arm behind us. Maybe bring the fingertips to the mat. Look over that left shoulder. Let's take a deep breath and let it out. One more deep breath and let it go. Start to reach both arms up. We're going to come back to center. And this time we'll interlace our fingers, flip our palms, and press our palms to the ceiling. Let's bring the arms in front of us. Press your palms forward as you round your spine. Bring your chin towards your chest as you push. And then start to open the arms wide. We'll interlace our hands behind our backs. Maybe bring your palms to touch. Pull back on your knuckles. Open your heart and lift your chin. Take a deep breath. And let it out. Let's release our hands. Just let your arms hang at your sides. We'll sweep the right arm out and up. Nice stretch along this right side body, and then bring that right hand to your upper back. We're going to send our left arm behind the low back. Maybe it stays here. Maybe your fingertips start to reach towards each other. Maybe they even touch. And then start to look up at the ceiling. Let's take a deep breath in and let it out. Breathe in and out. Reach that right arm to the ceiling. We're going to send that arm out and around behind the low back. Let's grab opposite wrists or maybe opposite elbows. We'll open the heart, open the shoulders, lift the chin, take a deep breath in and let it out. Let's send the left arm out and up. We're going to reach nice and long through that left side body. We'll bring our left hand to the back, our upper back. We're going to maybe keep the right hand where it is. Maybe bring your fingertips towards each other. Maybe they even touch. And then go ahead and look up at the ceiling. Take a deep breath in and let it out. One more deep breath and let it go. Send that left arm to the ceiling. We're going to send it out and around behind the low back. Again, grab opposite wrists, maybe opposite elbows. Open the shoulders, lift the chin, take a deep breath in and let it go. Let's release our arms behind us. We'll bring our hands to the mat, our fingertips to the back, and then we're going to step our feet the width of the mat. See if you can find a nice long spine. We'll send both of our knees to the right. This left hip might lift a bit as we fold that left knee to the inside of the right foot. And then we'll bring those knees back through center and we're going to send them to the left. Maybe the right hip lifts a little bit this time. And then we'll come back through center. Let's send those knees to the right again. This time, maybe you stay here. Maybe you swing this left arm around and spin and face the back of your mat. Let's take a deep breath and let it out. And then we'll come back through center. We're going to lift the knees. We'll send them to the left. The right knee folds in. Maybe the right hand comes around and you spin and face the back of your mat. And take a deep breath and let it out. And we'll come back to center. We're going to come into tabletop. So let's go ahead and swing our legs around. We'll come up onto hands and knees. Maybe keep that blanket underneath your knees. Shoulders over your wrists. Knees about hip width distant. Let's start by just sort of rocking our hips from side to side. And then we'll bring them back to center. We're going to find a cow pose. We'll drop our hips. We're going to arch the spine, lift the heart, and lift the chin. And then we'll transition into our cat, pressing into our palms. Start to round the spine, contract the abdominals, let your head drop towards the mat. Really stretch the spine to the ceiling. Let's inhale as we find our way back into our cow. Let's arch the spine and look up. And we'll exhale into our cat. Round the spine, press into the palms, contract the abdominals. One more time, find your cow. Drop the hips, arch the spine. And find your cat. Round the spine, press into the palms, contract the abdominals. Let's keep the spine rounded as we bring our feet together. We're going to send our hips back towards our heels and find child's pose. Don't worry if your hips don't make it to your heels. See if you can reach your arms out long in front of you and send your forehead towards the mat. Nice stretch along the spine. And then tense your hands so you're on your fingertips. Let's start to walk our hands to the right. We're going to reach long through the left arm, left side body. Let your head drop towards the ground. Let's take a deep breath and let it out. Start to walk your hands through center. We'll send them to the left. We're going to reach nice and long through the right arm, right side body. Let your head drop. And take a deep breath and let it out. Let's walk our hands back to center again. And then come back up into your tabletop, shoulders over the wrists. Let's extend the right leg out behind. We're going to make circles with the ankles, so we'll just sort of roll the foot around one way, and then we'll reverse it. Let's flex that right foot. We're going to press through the heel, and then we'll extend the left arm forward, pinky finger down. Give yourself a moment to get nice and centered. We're going to pull our elbow to knee to meet mid-body, contract in, and extend the arm and leg. Elbow to knee, and extend. One more time, elbow to knee. Extend the arm and leg. Let's bring that left hand to the mat, lower onto the balls of your right foot, and then press through your heel. Get a nice stretch in that calf muscle. Take a deep breath and let it out. Let's cross that right leg behind us. We're going to tuck the toes under. Look over your left shoulder. Take a peek at that right heel. And then swing that right leg out and around to the right. We're going to drop the heel, toes are forward. Couple of options. We can lower to the forearms, or maybe go ahead and grab a block and lower onto the block. Maybe reach your arms out long in front of you. Send your forehead towards the block. And let yourself breathe into that stretch. Let's take a deep breath. And let it out. Breathe in and out. Let's take one more deep breath and let it go. We're going to make our way back up onto our palms, and then we'll pop the right toes up. We're going to start to bend into this right knee. Feel free to grab your block. We'll bring our hands sort of midway between the legs, so our heel and our other knee. We want to kind of come to center. Our knee is over our ankle, and we're going to sort of rock back and forth. We'll straighten the right leg and pop up the toes, and then we'll bend in to the knee. We're going to do it 2 more times. We'll straighten, and we'll bend. One more time, let's straighten. And we will bend. Nice. Let's bring that right elbow to thigh. We're going to reach our left arm up and over. Nice long side body stretch. And then interlace your hands behind your back. Pull back on your knuckles. Open your heart. Lift your chin. Maybe bend a little more into that right knee. Take a deep breath. And let it out. Let's release the hands. We're going to take the block in our left hand. We'll start to straighten this right leg and spin the toes forward. We're going to bring our our left hand underneath our left shoulder. And then our right arm is going to reach up and over. Nice long stretch. Actively press into that right heel as you reach. Nice long side body stretch. Maybe you'd like to stay here. Maybe lift the heel. Maybe even lift the leg. Maybe bend the knee, reach for that lower right leg, and spin the heel back towards your glutes. Maybe look up at the ceiling, open the heart, let your head drop back, and take a deep breath. And let it out. One more deep breath. And let it go. Let's release the foot. We're going to tap the toes down, reach this right arm to the right, flip the palm to the ceiling, and then look up at the ceiling. We'll sweep the arm back behind us. We're going to take a full arm circle all the way around overhead. We'll roll the top shoulder forward, and then we're going to let this right hand just sort of land to the left side of the mat. We'll swing this right leg in front of us. We're going to drop the heel, pop up the toes, and then we're going to find a half split. Maybe grab another block, walk your hands to center, maybe scoot the heel forward a little bit, and then see if you can think about reaching out and then releasing over the leg. We'll breathe into this. Take a deep breath and let it out. Let's take one more deep breath and let it go. We're going to find a low lunge, so we'll start to bring this knee over the ankle. You can scoot your heel back a bit if that feels more comfortable for you. We want to create a little bit of an extension with this back leg. Maybe walk your blocks forward, maybe prop them up so that they're vertical. Maybe bring your fingertips to the block. See if you can press into that front heel. Really lift through the core. Maybe even interlace your hands behind your back. Pull back on your knuckles. Open the heart. Take a deep breath. And let it out. And then go ahead and release your hands to the blocks. We're going to start to straighten this leg again. Pop up the toes. Let's bring both hands to the inside of this right leg. And then maybe keep the blocks here, maybe lower them to the side, maybe even bring your hands to the ground. We're going to swing this right leg out and around behind us. And then we'll walk our hands back to center and bring that knee to the mat. And then we'll start on the other side. So we're going to send the left leg out behind. We'll make circles with that ankle. We're going to roll the foot one way. Ooh, a little snap, crackle, pop coming from my ankle today. And then we'll roll it the other way. Let's flex the foot, press out through the heel. And then reach your right arm forward, pinky finger down. Give yourself a moment to get centered. Let's pull the elbow to meet mid-body. And extend the arm and leg. Elbow to knee. And extend. One more elbow to knee. Extend your arm and leg. Let's bring that right hand to the mat. We're going to lower to the balls of the left foot and really press through that heel. Take a deep breath and let it out. Let's cross the left leg behind us. We're going to tuck the toes under. Look over your right shoulder. Take a peek at the heel. And then swing that left leg out and around to the left. Let's drop the heel, toes are forward. Again, we have some options. Maybe lower to your forearms, maybe lower to a block. Maybe reach your arms out long in front of you. Send your forehead towards the mat or towards the block. And let's breathe into this stretch. Take a deep breath. And let it out. Breathe in and out. One more deep breath. And let it go. Let's bring our palms to the mat. We're going to pop up our left toes. We'll start to bend into this left knee. Maybe take a block with you as you bring your hands just sort of midway between the two legs. I'm going to move this out of the way. Let's straighten that left leg. We'll pop up the toes. And we'll bend into the knee. Let's straighten and bend. One more time, we will straighten and bend. Let's bring our left elbow to our left thigh. Our right arm is going to reach up and over, nice long stretch. And then we'll interlace our hands behind the back, pull back on the knuckles, open the heart, lift the chin. Let's take a deep breath and let it out. Release your hands. We'll bring our right hand to a block. We're going to straighten this left leg, spin the toes forward. We'll bring this right hand underneath the right shoulder. We're going to press into the left heel as we reach up and over. Nice big stretch. Maybe stay here. Maybe lift the heel. Maybe lift the leg. Maybe bend the knee. Bring your hand to that lower left leg. Spin your heel back towards your glutes. Maybe open your heart to the ceiling. Let your head drop back and take a deep breath. And let it out. Breathe in and out. Let's release the foot, tap the toes down. We'll reach this left arm out. We're going to flip the palm to the ceiling, look up at the ceiling, and then we'll sweep our arm back behind us, roll that arm all the way around, overhead, top shoulder comes forward. We're going to bring that left hand to the outside of the right side of the mat. And then we'll swing our left leg forward. We're going to drop the heel, pop up the toes, and we'll find our half split on this side. We'll just sort of walk our hands to center, grab a block or two, maybe scoot your heel forward a bit, maybe reach out, and then release over this leg. Let's breathe into this. Take a deep breath and let it out. Breathe in and out. One more deep breath. And let it go. We're going to find our low lunge. We'll start to bend the knee. We're going to bring that knee over the ankle. Maybe scoot the heel back just a bit. Maybe bring your hands to your blocks. Maybe prop them up vertically. Maybe fingertips to the blocks. We're going to lift up through the core. Actively press into this front heel. And then see if you can interlace your hands behind your back. Pull back on your knuckles. Open your heart. Lift your chin. Take a deep breath. And let it out. Let's release our hands to the blocks or to the mat. We're going to straighten that front leg. We'll bring both hands to the inside of this left leg. And then we'll swing the leg out and around behind us. And we'll center our palms in front of us. Let's bring that left knee to the mat. We're going to come into a puppy pose. We'll start to walk our hands forward. Send your forehead towards the mat, but keep the hips nice and high. Get a nice stretch in the spine, and then start to lift the head. Plant your palms. Maybe walk them just one handprint back, and we'll lower all the way down onto our bellies. Let's come into a Sphinx pose. We'll bring our elbows underneath our shoulders and we're going to plant our palms in front of us. Nice little bit of a baby back bend. We're going to look to the right. And then we'll come through center and look to the left. Let's take it once more to the right and to the left. We'll come back through center, lift up through the top of the head, take a deep breath in and let it out. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders, lower all the way down to the mat. Cobra pose, your elbows are in towards your waist. We're going to lift our shoulders and our chest, just a little baby back bend. And then we'll come all the way back down. Let's press up onto hands and knees. We're going to tuck our toes and find a downward facing dog. We'll send our hips to the ceiling, press into the palms, lengthen out the spine. And then maybe go ahead and pedal out your legs, bend one knee, press into the opposite heel. And slowly alternate from one side to the other. Let's lift both heels high, spread the toes wide, press into the balls of your feet, get a nice stretch in your arches, and then bring your knees to the mat. Let's cross our ankles and lower onto our bottoms. We're going to just sort of get rid of the blanket here and scoot yourself to the middle of your mat. Let's extend our legs out nice and wide. We're going to do something that I don't know if I came up with this. I think somebody else may have, but it's called stirring the pot. We're going to interlace our fingers. We're going to send our knuckles to the right foot, and we're going to take a big half circle out and around to the left. And let's bring the arms in. We'll do two more to the right, out and around. And pull it in one more time to the right, out and around. and pull it in. Let's reverse it, this time to the left. Out and around. And pull it in. Let's do 2 more. And pull it in 1 more time. And pull it in, nice. Let's fold our right leg in front of us, and then we're going to send our left leg behind. So we're in sort of like a figure S, and I'm going to give you a few options here. We're going to come into a pigeon pose. Maybe this is your pigeon today. Maybe you put a block in front of you, lower to your forearms, and just let your head drop. Or maybe you press up off of your hips and extend that left leg behind you. Maybe a block underneath your right hip, maybe even one underneath your forearms, or you could take a blanket, whatever feels good. And then just kind of let your head drop, let yourself breathe into this stretch. Let's take a deep breath in and let it out. Breathe in and out. We'll take one more deep breath and slowly let it go. Start to walk your hands back. We're going to remove the block and lower onto that right hip again. We'll bend the left knee behind us. We're in our figure S. Let's bring our right hand to the ground. Our left arm reaches up. We're going to press our hips up off the mat. We'll arch the spine, look up at the ceiling, and then lower all the way back down. Let's spin our legs in front of us. And then this time we'll fold that left leg in front of us. We'll send the right leg behind, and we're in our figure S on the other side. Again, maybe this is your pigeon today, maybe a block in front of you, lower to your forearms, let your head drop. Maybe press the hips up, extend the right leg behind you, maybe a block underneath your left hip, maybe underneath your forearms, or maybe even a blanket. And let your head drop. And we'll breathe into this. Take a deep breath and let it out. Breathe in and out. Let's take one more deep breath and let it go. Start to walk your hands back. Let's remove the block. We'll lower onto the left hip. We'll bend that right knee behind us. We're going to bring our left hand to the ground. The right arm reaches. We'll press our hips up off the mat, arch the spine, and look up. And then lower all the way back down. And we'll spin our legs in front of us. With your legs in front of you, go ahead and grab a block and just sort of put it midway on your mat. We're going to sit up nice and straight, arms in front of us, and then one vertebrae at a time, we'll slowly lower all the way down. Take your time. There is no rush to land. But when you do, bring your palms to the mat at your sides. Step your heels back to your fingertips. Your knees are about hip width distance apart. We're going to lift our hips up off the mat. Take that block and slide it underneath your hips. Maybe you have it flat. Maybe you prop it up just one height to give yourself a little bit more arch to your spine. And then tuck your shoulder blades under. Extend the arms, palms to the ceiling. We're going to breathe into this. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Breathe in and out. One more deep breath and let it go. Let's remove the block. We'll lower the hips all the way down and then hug our knees into our chest. Go ahead and rock yourself from side to side. And then tee out your arms to the ground. Let's send both knees to the right as we look over our left shoulder. Just a nice gentle supine twist. And we'll slowly bring our knees through center. And we'll send them to the left as we look over our right shoulder. And then slowly bring them back to center. We'll extend our legs to the ceiling, flex your feet, press up through your heels. Find happy baby, bend the knees, hold on to the outsides of your ankles or your feet, and just rock yourself from side to side. Extend the legs wide, hands to the insides of your legs. Give yourself a nice little inner thigh stretch. And then bring your feet to the mat. Let the knees fall open, bottoms of your feet together. Goal post your arms, elbows, and backs of your hands to the ground. Take a deep breath and let it out. Let's reach our arms overhead, lengthen out the spine. Extend your legs long on the mat. Step your feet nice and wide. Go ahead and let the legs roll out. We'll snow angel our arms to the side. Our palms are up. Tuck the shoulder blades under. And then go ahead and close your eyes. Give yourself a moment to reconnect here with your breath. On your exhales, let your body just sort of melt into the mat. Let it release and let it go. Feel free to stay here for as long as you want. Whenever you're ready, just slowly start to rock your head from side to side. Start to wiggle your fingers and make circles with your wrists. Wiggle your toes and make circles with your ankles. Give yourself a full body stretch. Reach your arms overhead. Reach nice and long through your fingers and down through your toes. And then slowly start to roll to one side. Hug your knees into your chest. Maybe let yourself pause for a moment. And then slowly make your way up to seated. We're going to meet back where we started. We'll come to a comfortable seat. Maybe the legs are crossed, maybe extended out in front of you. Try to find a nice long spine. Let's reach our arms out and up. We'll bring our palms to touch and our hands to heart center. Feel free to close your eyes. Together, let's take a deep breath in and slowly sigh it out. Just let it go. Bring your thumbs to your third eye between your eyebrows. Seal in your practice. The light and the love in me sees the light and the love in you. Namaste.